Hi, I'm Kenny Youngblood for Summit Racing Equipment Productions, and if all your friends love a lowrider, you're going to love this show.
We just like to see them jump, see how high they can go, tear it up. Cool, man. The car's down. Much high-octane booster. This is Hopping and Scraping, presented by Summit Racing Equipment. I'm Kenny Youngblood. We're here at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds in Dayton, Ohio for a show you're not going to believe.
For those of us who might be wondering, how do you make a 4,000-pound car jump around like a rabbit? Brian Gillespie of CCE Hydraulics here in Louisville is going to tell us a little bit about the technical components that go into these machines. Brian, what actually is a hydraulic system?
Hydraulic system it's a power unit, okay? And how this power unit works, it replaces actually the shocks on the car with hydraulic cylinders. And it's operated by a manual switch, and that is what gives the movement of the car.
I see. So
the hydraulic pumps actually work off a battery supply.
So you get a battery supply that operates the pumps, and then you have an oil reservoir.
Correct.
And your hydraulic cylinders that actually replace the shocks on the car, the suspension. So once you activate this...
Right, and it has an upward movement, which raises it, and then it has a dump system on it, which when you hit the switch down, it will dump it to
lets it down.
Go back down.
So the faster you push this button, whatever you do here, it's going to make that hydraulic system.
Well, actually, it's not the speed of how fast you put the switch, but the voltage that you have to the pump.
Nice.
The number of batteries. Because what we're doing, we're taking a 12-volt motor and running up to 120 volts through it. And that's why these things do get so hot. That's why you see them burn out.
I see.
They do not last very long.
In essence, overloading the original design parameters of the system here.
Now, in a normal, like competition car such as this, we'll run it at 120. But on a street car, most of your average street cars only run at 36, 48. You'll get a lot more life out of the vehicle.
I see.
Up to the bottom of the tire as to how high the car's getting up, and that's how we get to the leader, and that's our last leader that we just had, 19 minutes.
Right, baby. Every time.
We're here with the one and only Moose. Moose, a lot of people might feel that these cars, they relate them with the gangster activity, but is that the case?
No, that's really not the case. We ain't no gangsters. We in the cars, old cars, 6'4" cars. We love the style. We love how it look. We love how it roll. And just looking at the engines and the pipes, being under the frames is just beautiful.
That's cool. So it's really young people, old people, any age that enjoy cars. They like the low riding, and you come out here and it looks like you have a lot of fun.
Yeah. From when I was little, 6'4" Chevy Hot Wheels. Still got it.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the West Coast?
No, don't really want to go over there because you know pickles ain't my style. I like right over in Ohio.
Well, I can understand that. And you guys are doing a great job out here. You got some beautiful cars.
Yeah.
And you know, I've done some shows out there on the West Coast, and it's a little more intense, a little more. You people are a lot more laid back here. So you have a lot more fun. I really appreciate that. Jeff, if somebody came out here that never seen a lowrider before and been to an event like this, how would you describe the vehicles and the people and what you're doing out here?
I'll be honest with you, I've been really associated with this for like about five or 6 years now. It's a very family-oriented sport. It's a lot of fun, a lot of camaraderie. Everyone gets together and has a good time. Even different car clubs. They're from St. Clair's finest. I'm from East Side. We hang out and take care of each other's car and help each other clean each other's car. It's a family fun thing. It's a great sport. We just enjoy going out.
A lot of people relate these cars with bad element gangster activity. How do you think that came about?
Couldn't tell you. I would have to blame it on ignorance, not knowing it. I mean, again, you could get in trouble with a cop for not knowing the law. You could still get a ticket for doing something wrong. They just don't know what it's like. They've never come to a show, never experienced it. They're just hearsay and they've seen things. And there's been more peaceful lowrider shows associated with the magazine and with other magazines and other shows that go on, such as this one. We have no problem.
Chris, did you do most of the work on this car yourself?
I did everything on this car myself.
Really? Then you'd be a good guy to tell us what goes into putting one of these lowriders together, not only time and equipment, but money as well.
Money-wise, you can get into it. It all depends what you want to do with the car, how you want to set it up, if you want it to hop, dance, or just street cruise. I set mine up just to cruise, and it doesn't break down. It's set, frame's welded up for stress and just anything else that might occur with the hopping and bouncing.
Did you set up your own hydraulics on the car?
Yes, I did. There's certain ways people like to do it, so I set mine up the way I want it done. That's how it's done, and I'm happy with it. I wouldn't do it any other way.
So somebody coming into this sport, entry level, you can start out mild and just go as far as you want.
Oh yeah.
Great. we're here with
Jason Andrus.
Jason Andrus with CCE Hydraulics, all the way up from Louisville, Kentucky. Now, both these cars behind us are specifically built for hopping, but one of them, the purple car in the back, is a dancer. What exactly is the difference here, Jason?
Well, the difference is a hopper just basically hops the front wheels off the ground, where a car dancer will move up in front, the back, and sides, and bunny hop the whole car.
So these cars are built from the ground up to do what we're going to see here today.
Right. Basically, we get a car, doesn't necessarily have to be anything special, take it off the frame, reinforce the whole frame on it, and start from scratch.
Now, the purple car, actually, there's no motor in it, right?
Right. It's all driven by hydraulic and batteries.
But that fits within the lowrider hopping rules.
Right. It's considered a radical car dance. It doesn't have to have a motor or batteries or anything like that. All it has to get in on its own power.
Okay. And some cars make better hoppers than others, right? Like the 63 Chevys.
Right. Anything with a long wheelbase with a full frame that you can reinforce it to make it last.
I see. And there is a motor in the blue car here, right?
Right. It's a 283 V6.
Okay. A 4-cylinder would be lighter, though, right?
Yeah, it would, but that you can't alter it.
I understand.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good setup to run you. A good hydraulic setup like the one, the red one that's out there. You're looking at about $4,000 or $5,000 just to get it up in the air, to destroy it. For the crowd. For the crowd to have fun. All about fun. I won't say it's about money, I say it's all about having fun.
California has really come east here to the Midwest. Amazing to see these outrageous California-looking lowriders here in the heartland of America. This is Matt Brandenburg's Cadillac sedan, actually a limousine. What year is it?
This is a 1981 Cadillac limo.
Right, now it looks like a pretty new creation. How long have you had this on the road?
It's been on the road all fixed up here for about probably a month or so. Got about 4 months work into it.
All right, was this your concept, your idea to take this type of limo and do this to it?
Yep, I got it basically from a junkyard. It was pretty trashed up. I had to redo the interior. It was so bad, and I had to make a lot of custom parts for the interior. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, well, I really like the way you've done the paint scheme, and it kind of matches this crushed velvet in here too, doesn't it? That's the old wet paint with saran wrap or something over it, isn't it?
Yeah, the guys are really good painters. These Alan folks, right? Did all the marble on it.
Very tasteful on this car. What kind of hydraulic system do you have?
It's all high-tech. It's 8 batteries, 2 pumps, 4 dumps, 8 switches. Dean Carnes and Dave Boney hooked that up for me.
Wow.
Yeah, Dean Carnes is really known around here.
Really amazed to see this happening in the Midwest and the heartland of America here. Kids having fun with lowriders.
Yeah, it's fun. The only reason I do it really is fun, and I make other people smile when they see the car.
That's great. Quite a creation and one of the highlights of the event here.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you doing that.
The Green Machine.
The Green Machine, huh? It's been called a lot of things.
Early cab limousine, candy green paint, that's hard to top. Did it on the street, you'd probably get a ticket for exhibition of speed. But here in Dayton, Ohio, at the Cruise Fest 98, we're going to see a burnout contest. Now, burnout simply means putting that car in some water and spinning those tires up. Maybe some of the cars have front brakes on them. We don't know how they do it or why they do it, but it's a heck of a show. Daryl, what can you tell us about the burnouts we're going to see here today?
We pour a 40 by 60 pad, and we paint it like a checkered flag. And when we come here to the Cruise Fest, they get on the pad, and they spin their tires for as long as they want, and they get $500. Whoever can go the longest on the pad, which on the street you're not allowed to do.
Smoldering, hot, melting rubber getting slung all over the pad here at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds Cruise Fest 98, and it's burnout. Competition.
competition. It looks like something that anybody can get started in. All you have to have is a car and a tire you want to destroy or two. And you can be a burnout star. Yeah, you can imagine coming home, hey Dad, I won the burnout contest. What's that, son? There it is. Frank Pedregon would be proud. Frank Pedregon would be proud. This tire is on fire. The back of the car is in flames. Incredible. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a burnout. I think old Flamin' Frank Pedregon would have been proud of that one. Actually set the tire on fire, almost burned the truck off. Got scary for a minute, but he's our new record holder. And burnouts. Full-size Chevy Impala Pro Street. Plenty of horsepower here to spin that rubber. He's boiling, both tires. Gave the fans a little show there, but he pulls off the pad. I guess he decided he didn't want to melt his car down. Back in the 60s, there was a drag racer named Frank Pedregon, and when he used to take off in his car, he'd light the tires on fire. Nobody ever knew how he did it. We don't know if Frank knew how he did it, but Frank's got nothing on these burnout competitors here tonight in the Summit Racing Burnout Show. Okay, the Orange El Camino trying to blow the tire completely off the rim. The tire has come apart, but it's still on the rim. There it goes, and he's all done.
All right, he got it there. What are you?
Look at that 350 Chevy Powers pushing it right off the pad with the front wheels locked up. Getting on the horn a little bit. Who'd ever thought that doing a little peeling, coming off from a signal with a hot car back in the 50s would turn into burnout competitions, but here it is. This 84 Cougar of Kelly Williams certainly looks sedate enough just laying here like a nice custom car, but watch what happens when Kelly gets on the buttons. Kelly, how do you do that?
It's hydraulics.
Is it?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of power, I imagine, to make that car move around like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and what are you doing here on the controls?
It runs, I got 4 pumps, run up to 4 barriers, running 48 volts.
Okay, so you've got a pump on each wheel, but I see you've got 8 levers there.
Yeah, there's one just raises the front, one for the rear, and there's a side to side, and there's individual wheels.
I see, that's outrageous. All right, now show us what each one of the levers does here.
Okay, that's front, and
both front up, both back up.
Yeah, then that's each side.
Right side, left side.
You got individual wheels.
Individual wheels. And how do you drop it down? I see, up and back. Yeah. And down she comes.
Yeah.
And do you kind of just get a feel for the motion there and a little practice on it? Does it make it do the things you want to do?
Yeah.
Looks like fun.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd want to do it to Dad and Mom's car, though.
No.
Hey, can I try?
Yeah.
I give. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, our tires are blown, our batteries are down, and that's about it this weekend for hopping and scraping. Hope you enjoyed the show. For Summit Racing Equipment, I'm Kenny Youngblood, and we'll see you at the next event.